Hi, we're back looking at iMovie, and what I'd like to do is add some background music to our Structured Theorem podcast. So I've already selected the music, and within the browser I have several different areas to look at. I'm going to search in jingles. Now my browsers are about 7 seconds long, so we'll call it 14.5 seconds. But my total duration of my podcast right now is 1 minute and 32 seconds. So I've got maybe a minute, 15, 16 seconds to use. So let's see if we can't find a piece of music that's about that length. And this is the jingles are the music that comes with iMovie. So you don't have to worry about infringing on anyone's intellectual property rights. Oh, there's one of my favorites here. Let's give it a listen. See if you think it would be appropriate. I don't know. Let's see what else we've got near that duration of time. Park bench. Here's Jazzy Down. Nah. Spacey Club? No. How about progressive? I'm going to go with park bench. So I'll click on that tune, and then I'll drag it over and put it right at the beginning of my title slide, Structured Theorem. And notice now that I've got this green track, which is my background music, and a purple track, which is my voiceover track. Let's follow it down, see where it ends. We don't want the ending of park bench to extend into our ending bumper. And it looks like it ends just shy of that. Let's give it a listen. Very jazzy. That's that Balsa
Bubble
Lounger.
Learning presents Bowman-Jacopini's Structured Theorem. The Structured Theorem proposes that all problems can be solved using 3 logical constructs. The first of these constructs is sequence.
Now, I paused the podcast by hitting the space bar because I want you to notice that there is a big difference between the level of the music, the volume of the music, while we have a voice track active and when we don't. You'll catch that by comparing this level of music to the ending bumper.
And it's simply doing one thing after another.
Notice the volume went up there a little bit?
Selection is the second construct, and it tests a condition and does one thing if the condition is true, another if it's false. It's kind of like the psychology your parents used on you when they said, if you do the dishes, you can drive the car. If not, you're staying home. The last logical construct is iteration. Now, iteration is simply a fancy word that means repetition. To iterate is to repeat a task until it's time to stop. We often call this a loop.
There is quite a bit of difference in the volume between our bumper and the previous clip. I hope you noticed that. But we could bring it down even more. If I click on my background music track and select audio, you'll notice that it's set at volume 100. Let's move it down to, say, 70 or thereabouts. And now let's play a bit of it.
Until it's time to stop. We often call this a loop.
Almost a whisper. If you want to bring the volume back up, just do it again. Double click on the background music track, click on audio, and move the dial up to 100%. You can go louder if you want. I'm going to take it down to about 85 or so. Let's give it another try.
Repetition. To iterate is to repeat a task until it's time to stop. We often...
It's still there. And it's not really a whisper. I think that level is just right. So, now it's time for you to get in there and pick out some background music that complements your podcast. And I'll see you again very soon.